If you're making any of these 3 mistakes, you could be hurting your plants without even knowing it. But don't worry, I'll show you how to fix them. First, check this out. Let's give a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, AC Infinity. If you're an indoor grower and you're looking for the highest quality grow gear out there, you got to check out acinfinity.com. Their tents, fans, grow controllers give you total control over your grow environment, so you can dial things in exactly how you want them and grow stress-free. Go check out all the grow gear at acinfinity.com and use coupon code DUDEGROWS for a great deal. That's acinfinity.com, coupon code DUDEGROWS. All right, let's get back to learning some grow. All right, Scotty, let's do this.
Yes, you been train your plants, dude? Can you get thick, man? Big colas.
Training your plants, definitely important, man. They want to grow upright. They want to grow straight upright fast and try and reproduce. And we want to spread that out. We want to have more bud sites, more flower. Train them out.
Yeah, naturally that plant wants to just, the sugars want to just go right up to the apical meristem, right up to the top. They just, till they can stop, and then they stop there. And that's why normally you get one giant bud from one top. We don't want one top. We want a bunch of tops.
Yeah, one giant bud's risky, man. The bigger the bud back in the days, yes, big buds, more weight, but it doesn't necessarily mean more quality flower. It can also be a potential bad situation where mold or mildew or bud rot can get into. Sometimes different pests outdoors, indoors don't like those big buds. So let's have a bunch more medium-sized buds spread throughout the canopy, which is going to bring you more weight.
Yeah, and trichomes are on the outside of the flower. If you got some big fat flower and you look inside, you got a lot of plant material in there.
Yeah, you'll see that with people that like to grow for extraction. They don't like a whole bunch of big buds. The more trichomes, the more extraction. There are different types of training techniques to this. We can start off with low stress training, keep the stress low.
That's just bending the plant sideways. You're not putting any kind of crease in it. You're just slowly bending the plant so it's laterally, so it gets more buds up on it. Is that right?
Yeah, and there's many ways to do it. Some people will bend them over to bamboo on the side of their containers. Some containers can have, I like fabric pots. You can put your old holes in the rim and use zip ties, not zip ties, but twisty tie to kind of pull your branches down. And there are also some neat different training tools and gadgets out there that you can put in your stem to keep that bend. You can just look at cannabis training stuff.
Like the hair clips you steal from your wife? They got those little mini clips though,
Scrogging is an easy way, right? Where we're going to actually literally put out a screen to give us all the different tie-off and sight points.
Yeah. God, do I hate scrogging, though. You can't get to the middle of your canopy. You're crawling under the scrog, and you can't turn your plants either. But a lot of people like it.
Yeah. Just be on top of it. When these plants are growing in proper environmental conditions, they grow fast, especially when you flip to flower. They stretch fast, and they're going to keep stretching for up to a month. So you got to continue to be doing this train all throughout the first month of flower, usually minimal.
Come on, you know what scrog stands for? This is trivia right here.
No, I do not.
Screen of green, because you're just basically you're taking that trellis and you're just making it so it's just this flat screen of green.
Not to be confused with sea of green. These are two different things. But yeah,
sog and scrog.
All right, next point here, man. This is a hard one because you want to have weight. You want to grow a bunch of plants. Growing too many plants in a small space or having just too big of plants in small spaces, creating microclimates, and having overcrowding. It can be huge.
Yeah, what a lot of people don't understand is the leaf is constantly, off-gassing. Their stomata are open during the day, and they're constantly just pulling water through them and exhausting it through those stomata. If you have another leaf laying on that leaf, man, you have now got a microclimate that is so ripe for molds and mildews to get going in there.
Yeah, this ties into when I hear about microclimates and overcrowding. Again, your plant in the first month of bloom will still regenerate new leaves. We have some, strains, huge fan leaves covering other potential bud sites or major areas. Yeah. Trim those off. You're going to be wanting to trim your leaves and certain leaves and lower stems all throughout, again, the first month of flowering.
Yeah. And by the way, more plants don't equal more harvest. When you're cramping your flowers, when you're cramping your plants together, or, squishing them together, they don't have enough resources. They're not getting all that airflow and CO2, and they're competing for resources and space. They're constantly competing for light. it doesn't grow stronger plants.
Need to mention when everything's overcrowded, it makes it so much harder to spot your potential problems. You want to be scouting all the time, so I want to be able to look thoroughly through that area and canopy.
Yes, agreed, sir. By the way, the only I would think the only exception to this would be sea green, where you're literally just flowering up maybe 1 week old plants. Think of what your plants look like in a solo cup. You're literally taking something like that and flowering it up, and you're trying just to get one big bud. You're trying to only take maybe a 6-inch by 6-inch area, and you're putting a bunch of them together, but you're not ignoring airflow.
I don't know if it's my old hydroponic grower in me, but something about a big 4x8 table filled up with 6-inch rockwool blocks on a flood. Just, I don't know. It sounds good to me. I haven't grown like that in many years.
It's the biggest yield, I think, as far as your overall yield per year. Because think about what happens when you're taking veg, your 18 or 24 hours of light from veg out of the picture. You're taking your solo cups, which, you know, who knows? Yeah, I guess they were in veg theoretically. And then you're throwing them right into your sea of green. Man, as far as yield per year, that's probably the best one.
I know. This next one, you hear a lot, but listen up. Over loving your plants, man. I've been guilty of overwatering and underwatering, even as a seasoned grower. I've been growing for over 20 years right at this time. And sometimes I won't say I struggle, but I got to remind myself about this.
Well, I mean, you go to the grocery store and they go, oh, your plants don't look good. They need this, go home and pour this on them. And, that's not a lot of times what's happening is they're drowning. You can go take whatever. Oh, here's a great medicine. Take this. If you're drowning, good luck. Not going to help. And that's a lot of times what we're doing over watering plants. Yeah.
And a quick tip there is never water a plant that doesn't need to be watered, in the sense that you have a plant that's not looking good and you found, oh, I definitely believe it needs more of this. Don't water it until it needs to be. You only compound the problem. You need to wait.
Yes.
These plants can run pretty damn dried out. I would rather have people err on underwatering than overwatering. You'll have much better success.
I agree. You can recover from underwatering very easily. Overwatering takes a while. You really mess with those roots.
Hey, but that's our take on some of the mistakes we see growers making in the garden. What about you? Especially some of the ones that are overlooked. Seen seasoned growers just kind of, you got to revisit stuff. Give us some comments below. Let us know what mistakes you've had, what happened, and how you fixed them. What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned?
Yes. And come on, dude, if you like this video, give us a comment, man. Press that like button. Press that subscribe button and share this one or talk about it with another grower you know. And click the other 2 videos.